Welcome back to the Texas One podcast. We've got Matt Hopper with us, Taylor Graves, myself, Jay Green, and Marvin Davis. During the first podcast, we talked a lot about one goal, one team, one mission. Tell us about a time where the team really rallied together, ops, sales, service, field, and overcame a challenge that we thought maybe was insurmountable or, something that was going to be very difficult for us to overcome.
We do a lot of work at the airport. We're only getting busier at the airport. Very difficult to get back into the AOA side where the planes actually drive around at, right? Sure. You have to have special access, be vetted through high security classifications and everything else. And working together with that to be able to do that. And that's one of our benefits as Texas First to get all the business is no one else is as secured as we are when it comes to passes and everything else and security clearances. So everybody loves that, right? So we come to challenges sometimes where we have to get to a certain spot of the runway and you have to call certain people and you have to have escort crews there along with the customer, along with us. Now we're badged, we're able to escort, but certain level of escorts gets higher and higher depending on where it's at. So outside sales reps come through big time for us. We have an outside sales rep specifically for the airport.
Yeah.
And he's Johnny on the spot. Anytime we ever need any help, we rally together to figure it out and to get the escort that we properly need. And that's huge because you can spend 4 hours at the airport just on one delivery, and that's nothing.
Absolutely. I mean, I would say, the Irving branch, Dell, obviously it's working. As someone who frequents DFW Airport, as we would say, windshield pins have dramatically gone up, right? I think I was passing through there on Tuesday, and I think I saw 12 machines just on my way to the terminal. It's unbelievable what's happened in the last 12 to 18 months.
Hey, Cirillo, do you have time for a real quick Texas one-on-one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, great. Let's do it. All right.
Surprise.
Who do you want to give a team shout out to and why?
Our yard guy, Raymond. He does a phenomenal job out in the yard managing an $80 million store, taking care of our customers, helping our drivers, keeping the yard organized is huge.
What's your favorite part of working with Texas First Rentals?
You never know what you're going to get. Every day is different.
Tell us about your favorite customer.
I'm going to say LCRA. They work with us on everything. Great customer. They make it fun to work with them and help them out.
Tell us a funny story.
Okay. So one of our managers in training, Blake, he put a fake camera in my office one day. Yeah, it kind of messed with me, and when I saw it, I was just kind of flipped out. It's like, who did this? And they kind of just let me sweat it for a few days before they told me.
Oh, nice. That sounds like a great team. Finally, what's the best advice you've been given for your role?
It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's how you learn, it's how you grow, it's how you become better at not only your job, but getting that team around you to rally.
I think we've talked a lot about customer, and I think that's good. Today the customer has been front of mind, and we always have to put the customer front of mind. So I'll go to Marvin and kind of talk a little bit about the service. How have you seen some of the things that we've implemented over the last year or two? So, we have service dispatch and we have, going to the branches and doing those things. But what have you seen that we're doing well? And on the flip side, what are some things that you see we can improve on?
First off, I'd like to say I think we have probably the best service response time in DFW. That's what all my customers tell me. I tell them 3 or 4 hours is generally what we're going to do. Most of the time we're out there way sooner. And if we can't fix it, the branches are really great about, finding us a swap and getting those parts ordered. One of the things I think we could improve on is communication between OSRs and service techs. But other than that, I think we do a great job of, being on time and getting out there as quick as possible.
Awesome. It's awesome. And I'll go to you too. So you're obviously have a lot of responsibility for the service piece, machines going out, rental ready, quality control. How has it impacted your store with the new, what we've implemented over the last couple of years? And what do you think is going well? And what would you improve on?
Well, I'm going to be honest, when it first rolled out, I was a little disappointed because we had 2 of what I would consider the top techs in the whole company. And we seamlessly were very efficient with all of our stuff, so much that we were helping other branches out. So when it came in, I was like, well, now I'm not going to have that same service. So it took me a little bit of time to get, adjusted to it. The more rollouts that we do and the more communication that we have, I think it's continuously getting better. the most recent implement with the Salesforce, how we have the different categories that each one is going into, which I think also will really help the OSRs out with that communication piece, because you're getting a new service call, you're on site, it continues down the line, which automatically sends them an alert and notification. So we're constantly getting better, and that's the goal, right?
Yeah, and I think some of that, I mean, we've heard some feedback recently in some meetings where we aren't communicating, maybe not necessarily from the tech to the sales rep, but just tech to customer. And so I think we've got some things in the works, like something as simple as maybe a wheel cover for a steering wheel cover that says, machine's been repaired, right? So that customer knows that, hey, they can start driving the telehandler again or whatever it may be, because we have heard that same feedback.
Excuse me, Raul, do you have a moment for a quick Texas one-on-one?
Yeah, of course.
Who do you want to give a team shout out to and why?
I would like to give a shout out to our service manager, Mike. He does a really good job of holding the team together. We can always come to him and he's always going to look out for us or get the stuff that we need.
What's the best advice you've been given for your role?
Act like I'm the customer that's receiving that machine. How would I like it if I received a dirty machine, or if a machine just wasn't working properly? How would I feel?
What's your favorite part about your job?
All the machines that I get to interact with, from skid steers to mini X to water trucks. You never know what you got going on today.
Tell us a funny story.
A funny story I would say this morning, somebody from the marketing team came up to me asking if I was Raul. Said, yes, why? And said, well, somebody up front at the counter volunteered you to do an interview. Caught me by surprise, but here I am.
All right, Raul, thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Raul. Give me a thumbs up.
So the more we're growing and everything else, we're adding new positions, we're adding new technicians, we're trying to maximize our footprint, right, and grow. I was wondering, are we interested looking into, is it on the table, about industrial? Are we looking into getting some OSRs on there, getting more equipment that's specific to the warehouse and industrial divisions? I see a huge potential for growth in that department.
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is yes. You framed it very nicely in the sense that we have grown a lot, over $1 billion in fleet now from a general rental perspective. How much of that can we continue to grow into from a product category, telehandlers, compact track loaders, excavators, before we have diminishing returns? We've diversified some. Trench safety is an example, power, HVAC, and air rental with Haltom Industrial Rentals. But yes, I think the industrial market, what I would call more like under roof, right? Whether it's maintenance, repair, operation, distribution facilities, hotels, hospitals. There's some crossover, scissors, warehouse forklifts. And then there's new products, like you mentioned, right? Sweepers, scrubbers. And so I think that's an area we're going to have to go into. I think it will require, sales reps and staff and, different trucks to deliver. I think as we expand and grow, we have to look at that.
Well, guys, thank you for coming out. I think we had some really good conversation today, and I really appreciate you guys coming out and engaging in everything that y'all do every day, and hopefully we'll have more to come.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
It's a wrap. That's my day.